No, first of all, we say, what is the N word? The N word is just means one thing. The power of the so-called N word, where does it really come from? It comes from not having a definition. You can call somebody any word that has no definition, and you can drive them crazy. There is no definition for the N word. If you look in a dictionary, what do you see? It's a derogatory term for a black person, or a person of African descent, or Negroid heritage, some type of abstraction. But what's the key term in that definition? See, a word is nothing but a tool until you give it a definition. Now, what's the key term in the definition of the N word? The key term is derogatory. It's a derogatory word for a person who has color in his or her skin. But they don't tell you why it's derogatory. That's where the power comes from. And that's why black people, generation after generation, are going crazy about that word. But what does the code say? When somebody calls you that word, you know the way to handle it? Let them write it all over the walls in your workplace. You can come to work and it's all over your desk, like a lot of people have broken into tears. I've read about it in the papers when they see that, and run down the hall screaming almost. We got to conquer words, folks. That's a part of the code. You don't let words conquer you. I don't care what kind of word it is. It's just a word. So all you got to do is just pull up a chair to your desk with the word "in" written all over it, and up above, on the walls above you, somebody did it during the night. You just pull up your chair and start doing your job. They can keep it there forever. I mean, I'll tell you what, if you want to test me on it, put me in that situation, Neely Fuller, and see if it bothers him. You can call me the N-word all day long. In fact, you can line up 10 million white people. Just line them up, and each one of them step forward and say it, with some of them know how to say it with that bite to it. It's got, they know how to say it with that old southern drawl and all that. I mean, I'll just say next. All right. And finally, after all 10,000 of them go through, I said, y'all got any more? Want to call me a name? That particular name? Is that all you got? Is that all I have to deal with? As long as I'm getting paid for my time, I don't care what you call me. All right? Help yourself. I have nothing to do with that, and it has nothing to do with me. Why? Because I chose to. That's why. That's all education is. Choose
right.
it.
So even if if you're on the train or on the bus and you hear some of our youngsters using that word, what you do? Do you check them or do you leave them alone?
Oh, no, because they come under the white supremacists. I mean, if they ask me, should they use the term and all like that. I don't have the authority to check them. They're fellow prisoners. All right, prisoners walk around in the prison yard calling people all kinds of things. Now, if the white supremacists say something like, see how you people act? You call each other that name and all like that. I say, then now I got a question. I say, sir, since you're talking to me, why do they do that? See what I mean? Always go into the question mode. I want to say to the entire world audience right now, if they can hear me, all problems, this is real important. Every problem that's ever been solved and ever will be solved is solved through the process of what? Questions and answers. So all black people have to do on the job or anywhere else, when a situation comes up, stay away from making statements. Ask questions. Question after question after question after question. It will always, if those questions are answered, it will always, if you ask enough of them, take everybody, not where they particularly want to be, but it's a guarantee that it will take everybody, both the person who is asking the questions and the person who is answering the questions. It will take both of those persons, or 10 million persons, right where they should be. That's been proven all down through history. So we got to get in the habit of not making statements. Ask questions, and particularly in any situation that's volatile. Just ask questions. Just one question right after another, just like you're in court, because we are all in court. and everybody's on trial. And what's the procedures in court? Questions and answers. All right? Everybody who's ever been to court knows how deadly that is. That is deadly. Questions and answers. Not just a whole lot of rambling statements, and certainly not a whole lot of name-calling. And don't even blame people. The questions and answers will set the blame. You'll find out who's to blame just through the questions and answers. Like if I ask that white person when he says, why don't you govern your people? Why don't you, oh, he's asking a question, all right? So you answer the question. I govern my people, so you answer a question with a question. Where are my people?